up? Bongo is back again with another Transformers video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Fall of Cybertron Deluxe Class Sideswipe. I didn't mean for the title card to be that long, but you get the picture. FOC Sideswipe. Now, of course, before I get into the nitty-gritty with him, I want to talk about the fact that he is basically just a minor remold and a bit of a repaint of the FOC Jazz, which you can see the blatant differences. Plain, not plain, plain, not plain. You get the picture. Now, of course, there's no secret about it. Jazz came with this dinky little harpoon gun, which it's cool. I like it. At least this version of Jazz got a gun. He comes with this, and this was something I was looking forward to ever since I found out he was coming out. It's the Path Blaster, and it's got, you know, a few little neat little details to it. The fact that that this thing can spin and such is kind of like it would on the game. And then the fact that this can go is actually really freaking cool, you know, just I kind of like that. But here's the thing. All the pictures show it mounted on the right. Clearly enough, you can't mount it on the right because it drags. Come on, stay together, dude. So your best bet with this is to either mount it on the left, like that, or to be completely and utterly ridiculous and mount it on top. And that just looks freaking ridiculous. He's barely even aiming it straight. But of course, I don't give this to him. And why I don't give it to him, we'll find out when we get him and Jazz into robot mode. And we are back with robot mode. And basically there really isn't much different about the robot mode aside from A, his head, B, his chest, C, his colors. Otherwise, he's pretty much the same damn transformation. Now, of course, again, you know, Path Blaster, blah blah blah. Now, here's one of my main issues with it, is he looks menacing with it in his hand. When you put it in his hand and actually kind of have him holding it, he looks freaking menacing. You know, like, especially if you do it to where he's holding it like that. He looks freaking menacing, but you see, that's the biggest problem. The very moment you go to keep his arms up, the gun itself is so damn heavy, it just completely destroys his ball joint and leaves him to be weak in the shoulder. And it really is a shame, because if he could hold this just a tad better, he would look awesome with it. Now, of course, I barely tried, and I got him holding it. Granted, he looked derpy, but he was still holding it. And I guess if you really, really, really wanted to, you could plug this onto his arm and kind of make it look as if it was morphed out of his arm, but that's not nearly as impressive looking. And well, okay, he can kind of hold it up better like that. But still, my argument still stands. When he's holding it in his hand, he can barely hold it up. Now there's Jazz, so that you can see the blatant differences are basically the head and the chest. There you go. You get the picture. Now again, like I said, I don't give this to Sideswipe. I let Sideswipe stand there and look awesome. However, quite like Ultra Magnus' sword, I give the Path Blaster to Optimus. Simply because It was a weapon he used in the game. This is the gun you started off with when you started playing as Optimus. Now, of course, you can plug it into that hand. You can put it in his hand, and yes, he holds it better, but it's too long. But it's a good thing that they put this peg on here, because you can actually, I think they did this intentionally, because you can peg this onto his arm. Let me rotate his hand real quick, so that it gives the illusion that his arm has morphed into the Path Blaster. And I guess you can say that this is technically another size comparison. So let's stand him next to Sideswipe real quick. Granted, he's using Sideswipe's weapon. As you can see, he is a tad taller, which for some odd reason Jazz looked taller than Optimus. So yeah, I'm gonna take him off. And yeah, let's run down posability, because I didn't do it in the Jazz video. At least I don't believe. If I did do it in the Jazz video, please leave a comment in the comment section saying that I did, if I did or not. But yeah, he's got the faux ratchet elbow joint, a ball joint at the head, which his head is extremely emotive, to whereas Jazz's, oh, I guess Jazz's actually does move like that. Go figure. He's got the bicep swivel, and he's got the ball joint within the wrist. That really it doesn't accomplish much. Nothing at the waist, ball jointed hips, and he does have a thigh swivel, but it's next to useless. Faux ratcheted knee, kind of a ratchet for a swivel, and then a ratcheted foot. That is about it for his articulation in robot mode. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty and do our best to get a good-looking face shot. As I zoom all the way in and adjust this camera. Crap, hold on. Kind of get him in closer. So yeah, you can see the details in there. His eyes are pretty much dead. And I guess this time around I'll just pick up the figure and not move the actual camera. You know, just kind of show off all the details that he has.